Welcome. I'm Daniel Locke, Senior Program Coordinator with Education Abroad. This presentation is for those who want to start exploring if study abroad is possible for you. So I'm glad you're here. Are you ready to find out how you can take the world by the horns? So this will give you a good idea and a good foundation how to research program types and program fit. This presentation won't focus on any one program type, but it will give you a good overview. So I want to encourage you to download the Explore checklist. There is a lot of helpful information on there, most of which I will touch on in this presentation. So that will be a good resource for you, and you can find it on our webpage at Apply and Go. Now let's start by talking about why you at least consider studying abroad. Do you know the percentage of graduates who have an international experience? It's only 10%. That's 1 out of every 10 students who has some kind of international experience during their undergraduate career. And UT is pretty good. We are one of the highest sending public institutions. And even then, we're slightly above that. So going abroad, all that to say, it really sets you apart. So research shows that employers want the types of skills that you can gain abroad. Skills like empathy, emotional intelligence, adaptability, working with people of backgrounds. We also know that students find this experience immensely rewarding for their personal development and professional success. Forbes magazine recently published the top 10 skills needed for 2020, and among them were things like adaptability, emotional intelligence, creativity, cultural intelligence, and collaboration. And all of these will continue to grow in importance, and all of them can be gained from an intercultural, international experience. But we know that simply going abroad only gets you halfway there. You see, you can go abroad, but we know from lots of research that going is not enough. Simply being immersed is not enough to gain the types of skills that make you a better person, friend, global citizen, or employee. You see, an intercultural experience is not part of the checklist. It's part of the process of learning how to gain skills that will cultivate your entire life. It really takes intentionally setting goals to engage in intercultural learning, to develop a practice of self-reflection, and to be humbly curious about the challenges you'll face. If you commit to that hard work, you'll come back with stories to tell, and you'll be better to truly listen to other stories. The UT is committed to students. We want to create access for every student who wants this opportunity, and really it's already yours to claim. We send a lot of students abroad, but we want your experience to be meaningful. So we have hundreds of programs, including faculty-led, exchange, and affiliate partner programs. We also have internships, service learning, and research opportunities. There is a program for everyone, but we know sometimes all the choices can be overwhelming. So where do you start? Well, let's start with a big picture view of the application process. First, you want to explore types, credit available, and funding opportunities. Fit is based on an individual set of factors. The Explore checklist earlier has a great list of factors which may be relevant to you to think through. Our staff will host live Q&A sessions for your questions about anything in this presentation. There are other sessions that may be useful. There are Explore sessions for faculty-led programs and regional Explore sessions, along with those live Q&A events with our Education Abroad staff. You can check out the Texas Global page for upcoming dates and times of those sessions. Second, after you figure out one or two programs which will be the best fit for you, you're ready to apply. Each program type will have slightly different processes. You want to pay attention to the next steps section of any given program, what to do. I'll show you that in a few moments. After going through advising, if you have questions that aren't answered or if you have particular circumstances that we need to know about to better advise you, our program coordinators can be available for individual advising. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure you talk to your academic advisor soon and inform them that you're interested in studying abroad. They can give you the best advice about how to maximize your experience towards your degree. So when do you have to apply? Well, that depends also on the type of program and the term you want to go abroad. You can start exploring it, and we encourage you to think about an international experience and how it would fit into your academic and career goals as early as possible, ideally in your first year. We suggest actively researching 1 year in advance of departure, especially if you want to be successful with scholarship applications. Our applications are generally due the semester prior to the one in which you want to go abroad. So earlier is better, but now is not too late. And the best place to a program due date is on that specific program's page in the program search. Let's move on to discuss the types of programs. An exchange program is an agreement that we have with a foreign university. So you will register for placeholders as a UT student, and you'll be paying regular UT tuition. You'll go to the foreign university and sign up for classes and participate much like a student there at that host university. The transcript, when it comes back, will slot into those placeholder credits and look, for all intents, like you took here at UT. So this is in residence, the grades will post, and it factors into your overall UT GPA. Affiliated programs, on the other hand, they can look very different. These are third-party providers, so they could have a center set up and hire faculty and practitioners to teach courses. They could allow you to directly enroll into host universities. It could be a foreign university itself with its own study abroad program set. So they can look a lot of different ways. But the gist of it is you're only paying a registration fee to UT, and instead you're paying the fee directly to that provider. So again, the main difference in exchange and affiliate financially is that you're paying tuition on an exchange and you're paying that program fee directly to the provider on an affiliate program. The grade report, when it comes back from an affiliate, will post, and the grades will post, but it won't factor into your overall GPA. Internships can be available on exchanges or affiliate programs, and these can be both semester, year-long, or summer programs. Now, I did mention that on one, you're paying tuition, on another, you're paying the program fee and no UT tuition. So overall, programs will be financial aid eligible. That is, if you receive financial aid at UT, it travels with you. Now, one nuance to that is that if you receive tuition benefit in your financial aid package, such as a UT grant, tuition grant, a top 10% or a Texas grant, or veterans benefits, those cover tuition. And so you'll want to consider probably programs where you'll be paying tuition, such as an exchange program. Now, faculty-led programs are UT courses taught by a UT professor with other UT students on destination. And you can see these also are like in residence credit, registering for a UT course, and so you'll be paying UT tuition on those as well. So financial aid benefits, including the tuition benefits for such as UT grant, top 10%, those also will apply towards. Faculty-led programs can be short-term, such as a Maymester, that begin in May and go into June. They could also be summer programs. And there's even a long semester faculty-led program at a School of Architecture. There are also full-time internship programs with providers that don't necessarily bear credit, but can meet certain credit requirements, the environment or the Bridging Disciplines program, among others. Additionally, there are special programs such as Semester Plus for IRG majors. There's projects with underserved communities for social work and engineering majors. There's the President's Award for Global Learning, which is a research-based program for rising sophomores, and faculty-led programs that are administered by departments across colleges. Additionally, the Cockrell School of Engineering and Macomb School of Business have their own international office. So if that's your major, you'll want to look on your college's webpage for more information about those. So now you know about the program types, but here's where we typically get questions that fall into two big buckets: funding and credit. And these fall in line with the big myths about education abroad, that it's too expensive and that it will delay your graduation. Now, with planning and flexibility, these are not. So let's start with funding your education abroad experience. Can you afford to study abroad? The short answer is yes. Now, when you look at any program, it's important to keep in mind the real cost. That is, the real cost is the difference between the term in Austin and the term abroad. The Office of Financial Aid estimates that it is around $15,000 to study at UT Austin for a semester, if you're in state. So you always want to keep that number in the back of your mind. For example, the estimated cost of this exchange program, budget all costs, is the same as the cost of a semester at UT. Now, faculty-led programs all-inclusive program fees, and for some, like Maymester programs, you won't pay additional tuition. Now, every program's budget, all anticipated costs associated with that program. Now, some are fixed, as tuition fee, such as fees, insurance, and tuition, or the for some program types. And some are variable, such as airfare, personal items, and cost of living. Some are also good to know to help you be able to budget for some of the things you'll have to pay for in advance. All this information is available on the program portal on the specific program pages. So at this point, we're going to go to the website where I'm going to walk a number of resources available to you to explore funding opportunities, and we'll also discuss that second big question about credit. So in your browser, you want to global.utexas.edu/abroad. From here, you have several ways to start exploring. You can go right now to the Get Funding page, and this is where you'll see a lot of different ways, such as financial aid. You can find out more information about how financial aid applies. You can find information about how the Texas Guaranteed Tuition Plan, or Texas Tomorrow Fund, works towards study abroad, veterans benefits, other low-cost programs, and additional resources for fundraising for your program. Right now, we're going to click into scholarships, and I want to show you a few things on here. First is the Explore Scholarships. This will take you to the Global Assist database. These are the scholarships that Education Abroad administers, and we are over $1 million of scholarships annually across all of our programs. It's easy to apply for all of the scholarships that you are eligible to apply for. You simply enter your EID and the program code that you're interested in. It'll automatically match you, and it's a one application for all of them. Couple of that I want to highlight as well, to national scholarships. These are ones that are available for all students across the nation to apply for, including some federal scholarships and other special scholarships, just diversity abroad. This is for non-traditional students, minority and low-income students, and there's also the Fund for Education Abroad. We really encourage you to look into the eligibility applications for these to see if you can apply. BORN is a national scholarship for local language learning. So if you're studying a foreign language, then you should look into this. It's a large amount for a semester or a year-long program abroad. Then there's also the Gilman. And the Gilman is for all Pell eligible. If you're eligible for the Pell Grant, then you're eligible to apply for the Gilman, and that is up to $5,000 for a semester abroad. Now, we also host Gilman application workshops every term, and we encourage you to go there. A lot of our staff have read for this scholarship in the past, and we help you craft the best application possible. And we have a very good track record of students getting awarded Gilman scholarships from our institution. And going back to the scholarships page, I also want to point out that there are destination-specific scholarships for any given region, and as well as specific scholarships for a lot of our affiliate providers. The last one I want to point out is the First Abroad Scholarship. This is for first-generation college students, and you have to apply for this early. And so I'm pointing it out to you because if you are a first-generation college student, this is really designed to help support you as you program that you choose during your college career in order to help pay for some of the upfront costs, such as a plane ticket or visa fees, things like that. However, you apply for this before September 14th in your first year. So look into that and apply if you're eligible. Going back now to our main page, global.utexas.edu/abroad, and scrolling all the way down here to the quick links, you'll see here My Credit Abroad. So now we're going to shift and talk about credit. The credit database abroad, or MICA, is a database that has all of the courses that students have gone abroad and taken and come back with, and what their equivalency is at UT. There are over 13,000 records, and it can be helpful in a couple of ways. One, if you know that there is a specific course that you need towards your degree, you can easily plug that in and see all of the places that it's already been taken by a UT student. And so then you have more or less a guarantee. You go to that program, you take that course that's still offered, and you can get that credit when you come back to UT. So let's plug in, for example, Marketing 3 for business minors. Okay? And you'll see as I search, oh, there's too many locations been taken. So let's narrow it down a little bit. Well, one, I want to point out you can download all of the matches into an Excel format down here, or you can continue to filter it. So let's just look at Mexico. And this will bring up a drop-down menu of all of the courses in Mexico that have Marketing 320F already matched. So let's look at Mexico City. And here it is. Now, the other way that it can be helpful is it's really meant to be a guide. And that's because there's no way that we can get all of the courses evaluated in all of our programs. And so you can see, let's just plug in Economics Upper Division. And we'll go ahead and look in Denmark. So this program actually has quite a few upper division economics courses already evaluated. But all you need is one, As long as there's one, then that's an indicator that there might be more. And so then you just go to the program page from there and click into the course catalog for the program or the course list on the affiliate program and see what else is offered. Speaking of the program search, back on our webpage, if you go to find a program, these are arranged in different categories, such as by major, the length of the program, or different program types. A lot of students find this helpful, and it might be a good place for you to search as well. But I'm going to take us to the program search portal here, and this will allow you to search by country, by term, by area of study, and by the way, this speaks more towards possibilities. Let's bring up the program that we saw before, Aarhus University, and I just want to point out the program page I mentioned earlier in this presentation. Here you'll see a description of the program, a lot of the areas of study that are possible at the university. You'll see links to the academic information and course catalog, as well as a link to MICA for the courses that have been evaluated for this program itself. You'll see links to housing, information about program costs, including the estimated budgets. See the program dates and the deadlines, okay? So this is what you'll need to pay attention to. And again, for example, our general deadline, remember, for spring programs is October 1st, but here's one that is a little bit, this is where you for specific program deadlines. Here's the application code, which you might need to apply, additional resources, and the next step section. So this is where you'll look in order to get started once you're ready to apply. Going back to the main web page, you'll see that I mentioned the events calendar earlier in the presentation. This is where you can click to find more events, such as the Regional Explore or the faculty-led info sessions or the internship info sessions. So keep checking back here for more events throughout the year. So that's it. I hope that you found this presentation helpful in orienting you to a lot of the resources that are available to you. The last thing I want to leave with you is just hoping that you'll want to stay updated about student experiences abroad, and you can follow us and like us on our social media. So that's it. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see you at one of our advising sessions soon. Welcome.